Hello everybody, this is TheXseption, and welcome to week 1 of playoffs for the P4G. This week myself and the Tampa Bay Luxrays will be taking on King Bub and the Munchlaxter United. So you can see the team that he brought and the team that I brought. Now, when I team prepped, I didn't have a whole bunch of time, so I kind of just team prepped for the team that he brought last time. We'll see how it works out for us. But I brought a physical Dragalge because one of the biggest mistakes I made in the match last time was I used Sludge Wave on Gardevoir. And Gardevoir just went for Calm Mind, and it was able to wish up, heal up. It was able to survive my Sludge Waves, and I basically did nothing to it. So Gardevoir was a huge problem last time. So I'm running physical Dragalge, so that's not a problem. He didn't end up bringing Gardevoir, which is annoying, but it is what it is. We got Ambipom, Choice Band Ambipom, we got Choice Scarf Blaziken, we have Mega Pinsir, of course, we have a very defensive, very defensive Rotom Wash. Dragalge was very specially defensive, and then a very defensive Sableye as well. And Sableye was there mainly just to get some Will-O-Wisps off, to do some knockoffs, get rid of some items, especially on Golbat and stuff. Let's go ahead and hop into the match, though, and see how it goes. Alright. So we're going to start off here. I lead with Blaziken, predicting him to lead with Thundurus. He led with Thundurus last time, and he brought it this time, so I expected him to lead off with it. I'm running Scarf Blaziken, so Scarf with Stone Edge would have killed Thundurus. Anyways, he leads with Mega Bunny. I know that I'm going to be faster than it because I'm Choice Scarf. But when he Mega Evolves, I actually did not speed creep Mega Bunny. So he was going to be faster than me when he was a Mega. He just goes for the Fake Out just to get some damage off. It does a decent amount, about 25% I would say. And then he withdraws because he thinks he's slower, but he's not because I didn't speed creep it. I maybe should have, but I don't know. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just go for the high jump kick, thinking that he might stay in then. I get a critical hit on this Milotic. I found out that it has a Flame Orb to get its defenses up with Marvel Scale. So the crit was kind of unfortunate there. I really shouldn't have done that much damage. But it tells me that he's not as defensive as I thought he would be. So I just go for the high jump kick again, knowing I could kill Milotic. He switches into Golbat, which does really well since it has Eviolite. I thought he might go for the double here, but I wasn't sure. I figured Sableye would be the best thing to come in. That way it could not take a Super Fang, because Super Fang is normal. And it wouldn't hit Sableye. Anyways, he just does the double back into Milotic here. And with the damage that Milotic is at, with the health it's at, I think a Shadow Sneak might be able to kill it. But, of course, I didn't factor in the Marvel Scale, and it survives, gets to recover off, and that is super annoying. Now here, I go for the knockoff, thinking I can still get a decent amount of damage off again, but, of course, I can't, and it's faster, so it's a pain. I really should have switched here, but I don't know. I just went for the knockoff, thinking I could get some more damage off, but obviously not very much because of the Marvel Scale and the burn. So anyways, I make the switch here, figuring that Rotom's really the only thing that can come in safely. If this thing has Ice Beam, Dragalge can't really come in, Pinsir can't really come in, so I kind of just have to play it safe with Rotom. I know that Rotom's not going to be doing over 50%, so this thing can outlast me. But since he has the burn, it's helping a little bit, and it's making him use his recovers. Now, he only has 10 recovers to use, so I figured I could stall him out for a while. And I think he's thinking the same thing, like he can just, wait for me to switch or whatever, because he's going to beat out my Thunderbolts. But he only has 10 recovers to use for the whole match, so of course he doesn't want to use them all. Rotom can just sit here for a little while. It's not taking much damage, if anything at all, I don't think. But he just switches here, and he goes into Scizor. Now, I knew I could probably take at least one hit from Scizor, maybe two, depending on what he's running. So I go ahead and stay in. I just go for the Thunder Wave. I went for the Thunder Wave not for hacks. I really thought Scizor was faster than me. And at that point I realized it wasn't. I looked at the calcs, and Scizor is very slow. I always think it's faster than it is. Probably could have just gone for a Thunderbolt and try to take it out there, because I wouldn't have to take another hit or whatever. But anyways, he gets paralyzed. I get another Thunderbolt off, and this thing goes down. So 2 hacks in my favor, unfortunately. Hate that happens, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So here he brings in Mega Bunny, and I'm running Protect on Rotom here. I'm thinking he might get greedy, he might just go for the high jump kick knowing that he can hit me, so I just go for the Protect here. so that his high jump kick will miss. He'll take 50% damage. Instead, he goes for the fake out. Likely choice. I should have predicted that. But then he goes for the high jump kick, and it misses without me going for protect. And I go for the Thunder Wave because I want to slow this thing down. And unfortunately, that was the biggest game changer in the match, him missing that high jump kick. 90% accurate move. That's the way it goes sometimes, unfortunately. So now he's just going to play it safe here, go for the return. I went for the Thunderbolt, got him down quite a bit. And at this point, I have a couple options. I can bring in Mega Pinsor, or I can bring in Ambipom. And I decided to just bring in Ambipom. I wanted to play it safe. I don't know what this thing has. I knew that Ambipom was the most expendable Pokemon on the team at the moment because I needed Pinsir for Milotic. I needed it for Golbat. Ambipom, I didn't really need that much. It could be useful versus Delphox, but other than that, not 100% needed for the rest of the match. Anyway, so I just go ahead and switch into Sableye here, predicting maybe a Focus Blast. He just goes for the Thunderbolt, which is a safe play. Sableye actually does not take 50% damage. I thought Sableye was going to take at least 60 to 70% damage there. So I know that that thing is not invested too much in special attack. I just go for the knockoff, trying to get rid of its item, and he went for the substitute. So at this point, I know I have to play it safe because the knockoff got rid of the substitute. I know that if I go for the Will-O-Wisp one turn, that he's going to be behind that sub. He's going to be able to nasty plot, and that could be the death of me. So I just keep going for the knockoff here, knowing that it's going to break his sub if he goes into sub, knowing that he can't kill me if he does go for Thunderbolt. So his only choice here is to keep going for sub, hoping that I hit Will-O-Wisp or to switch out. So I just have to keep hitting knockoff until he chooses one of those things here. Alright, so I think right about here, he chooses to Thunderbolt me again. Right? Yes, he chooses to Thunderbolt me here. I take a lot of damage. I don't die, though, because I didn't take 50% damage from the first one. I go for the knockoff, which is going to do a whole bunch of damage, put him in the range where he can't go into a substitute. So now I know that all I can do is hit Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak might have killed at this range, but it would have been iffy. I decided just to go for the Will-O-Wisp in case he wanted to switch and save it, or whatever. I just knew he couldn't go into sub, so Will-O-Wisp was the safest play there. He goes for Thunderbolt again. Sableye gets knocked out. Unfortunately, Sableye did not get to burn or knock off Golbat, which was the main reason for having it. Also, burning Lot Bunny would have been okay, but Lot Bunny's already been paralyzed, so that's nice. I bring out Pinsir here because I know a quick attack will just go ahead and kill this thing. I could have brought out Ambipom and gone for the fake out again, but I figured a quick attack here would be okay. Really, the biggest threat for me left was this Thundurus, so Pinsir's relatively safe at the moment. Of course, there's Delphox, but not a huge issue. I can still deal with it. Now, he brings out Milotic here, and this makes me wonder, like, why didn't he bring out Delphox? Because the Scarf Delphox would easily outspeed and kill Pinsir. So, when he brings out Milotic, I just go ahead and kill it. I knew I was going to kill it there. He brings out Delphox, and I think maybe he's not Scarfed. But I don't want to risk it because I do know that I need Pinsir to take out Golbat, because Golbat is the biggest thing standing in my way of winning here. So I take out Pinsir just to be safe, bring in Ambipom, and he goes for the sub. And that's when I knew that he wasn't Scarfed. I go for the knockoff because knockoff would actually kill Delphox. It's going to knock out the sub. I knew that Ambipom could survive one flamethrower, so I know that I'm okay here. He goes for the flamethrower, and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to survive this. Now, if he got a burn, that would have sucked, because then my knockoff wouldn't have killed. But I'm just going to go for the knockoff here, and it's going to knock this thing out. And unfortunately, he didn't get any hacks in his favor. Yeah, I just got another crit there. That crit didn't matter, because knockoff was going to kill it, since we didn't get burned. But it really sucks that that there were a whole bunch of hacks in our favor here. I'm just going to go for the knockoff and knock off the Eviolite, make it a one-hit kill for Pinsir. So Pinsir's just going to come in and finish up this game here. So you see, we are moving on to playoffs round 2, where we will be facing Sleepy Jirachi or Pokemon in round 2 of the playoffs. And if we win there, then we go to the finals. Good game to Bub. His links will be down below in the description. Like I said, it's really unfortunate that this game was decided by hacks. I mean, even if the hacks didn't happen, we still would have had a chance to win. It would have been a much closer game, though, for sure. So good game to him. Make sure to go check him out and his side of the battle. In fact, I don't think he had any hacks in his favor, which really turned the game. I'm really sorry about that. I hate when that happens. But hopefully next week we can come back and get a good clean match against either Sleepy or Pokemon. And then we'll be facing, hopefully we make it past round 2, and we'll be facing Under the Radar or Psychomore in the finals. If we make it that far, of course. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the match. I will be back next week for Playoffs Round 2. And peace out, everybody. See you then. Oh, my stuff is frozen. But bye now.